Okay, so this video is going to look at bills. And it applies to lots of different ways in which we work out the bills and charges in life. For instance, gas and electricity both have the bills worked out with this technique. Basically, there are two parts to your bills: the standing charge and your ongoing fees. So every month you have a certain amount that you have to pay. With utility bills, they'll usually state that this is for, say, a maintenance cost, to maintain the power lines or to maintain the water pipes. With the mobile phone bill, it's to pay off your mobile phone contract, because essentially what you're doing at the start is lending money from them to be able to pay for your mobile phone. And then on top of that, then each month you're paying for a specific type of commodity. So for instance, with your electric bill, you're paying for the kilowatts, the electricity. With your mobile phone bill, you're paying for the minutes and the text messages. And with those, you pay the cost per unit. So to work out your bill, you're going to add that fixed payment that stays the same, and then add the cost of the units that you have paid for. Should note here as well that certain utility bills, such as electricity and water, you are told the amount that you have used in the property altogether at the end of the month and at the start of the month. So for instance, I might have used 3,000 units altogether by the end of the month. At the start of the month, I'd used 2,000 units altogether throughout my time in that house. So in essence, I have used 3,000, take away 2,000, that's 1,000 units that month. So you actually have to calculate the number of units you're used. So this applies to things like utility bills, mobile phones where you get charged per minute or text message, gas, taxis charge you per mile as well as a standing charge. So lots of different things that you might want to work out to see how much your cost is going to be, your bill is going to be for the end of the month. So here's an example then of where you get a mobile phone bill, standing charge of £20 at the beginning of the month, and the cost is £5 per minute. And the phone was used for 180 minutes. So how do we work out the cost for that month? Well, we're going to take the standing charge, which is £20, and add it on to the cost per unit times the units used. So in this case, it was 5 pence per unit. I'm going to multiply that by the number of units used. And note I've changed the 5 pence into a decimal form, because it's better to use it in this form, because it'll convert the pennies into pounds when you multiply it by 100 or more, or when you multiply it past 100, a penny past 100. So I'm going to multiply the number of units used by the cost per unit and add it to the standing charge. So in this case, 0.05 plus times 180 is 9. Added to the 20 is 29. So my answer for the cost of my mobile phone bill is £29. Another example, the taxi charge is £5 and then £1.50 per mile. So in this journey of 8 miles, how much am I being charged? Well, I'm going to take the standing charge, £5, and add it on to the number of units used, the miles, 8, times the cost per unit, £1.50. That's going to give me 5 added to 12. £1.50 times 8 is 12. So in other words, it's £17 for the charge for the taxi.